Heyo, new day, new verses as we continue on into chapter 20, wrapping it up today with verses 29 through 34. Jesus heals two blind men. Here we go. 29. As Jesus and the disciples left the town of Jericho, a large crowd followed behind. Two blind men were sitting beside the road. When they heard that Jesus was coming that way, they shouted, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." "Be quiet," the crowd yelled at them. But they only shouted louder, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on us." When Jesus heard them, he stopped and called, "What do you want me to do for you?" "Lord," they said, "we want to see." Jesus felt sorry for them and touched their eyes. Instantly they could see. Then they followed him. There are a couple of things that stuck out to me when reading this verse. This idea of compassion. Deep, unabound compassion. It started out with the whole Jesus felt sorry for them. Because in different translations, pity, compassion, empathy. And it started making me think about this idea. It's like Jesus is on his way to Jerusalem. We begin tomorrow, next chapter 21, with Jesus' triumphant entry. From here point, we've hit the final rounds. From walking into Jerusalem as king, the last showdowns with the Pharisees and the Sadducees, right up to the crucifixion. He's on his way to his final moments, and he stops. Just like the woman with the issue of blood. On the way to do something, he stops. And he has compassion, he has mercy on these two. And, thinking about the fact that Christmas is over Saturday, or ended Saturday, and knowing that all too often there is this tendency after Christmas ends to basically go from the last week of December straight through to the first week of February, just in this grumpy mood, especially the month of January. And I just found myself wanting to lean out and push forward and say, hey guys, we can't forget that compassion. We can't forget that mercy. We can't forget that spirit of generosity, of kindness, compassion, mercy, of love. Because that is exactly what Jesus is demonstrating here. And he is quite literally the reason for the season. Our lives should be looking more and more like his every day as we chase after him. Not because of a morality contest or anything else like that, but because he's the one shaping us. He's the one that makes us whole. Nothing we do, nothing we earn, nothing we deserve. We just simply cry out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy," like these two did. And he does. Time and time again, he does on all of us. Through so many things. And I think it's beautiful here that these two blind men are the ones seeing something the Pharisees and the Sadducees didn't and don't. They didn't way back when with the birth of Jesus. Well, where is he supposed to be born? In Bethlehem. Well, that's cool. Why didn't you guys see the signs? The Magi from the Far East did, who have no real connection. They're outsiders, yet they see it. These blind men, societal outsiders, yet they see it. They're blind, and yet they see something more clear than those with sight do. The learned with sight do. That God is right there having compassion on the meek. Those who need him, he's there for. Those who know they need him, he's there for. He's not going to turn a blind eye or away. And that's why he stops with these two. So even if the crowds are saying, stop yelling, stop calling after, stop chasing after God, no, these two men are determined, resolute in their belief that God will do it and can do it. And so when he stops and asks them, "What do you want me to do for you?" It's an interesting question to me. Because they already see in a different way. And so when they ask to truly, we want to see, then they follow them. It's like, wow. Their eyes were open enough that they could see Jesus as the Son of David, the promised Messiah, Mashiach, the Christ. And in chasing after him and believing that he can do more, he opens their physical eyes. In doing so, they chased after him because their spiritual eyes have been fully opened. Seeing the love, seeing the compassion, seeing the mercy. Israel's God who sees the quote-unquote other and chases after them in love. People who are rejected, blind men, lepers, prostitutes, tax collectors, thieves. All of them God has compassion on. through every single one of these things, just like he stops here. On his approach to Jerusalem, nonetheless, he stops hearing this cry for help, and he has compassion. How many times, without knowing it, has he stopped for you? Will he stop for you? Absolutely. He will stop. When you cry out, he hears you. He knows you need him, and he comes and helps. So as we begin heading toward this new year this week, 2022 comes Saturday, I just offer that we would still have that compassion. That when we look at those in need, our heart would still break for what breaks his. Because in this world, with the 20 minutes of hate from mass media and social media and everywhere else, and this going at odds against each other, I implore you, hold on to the spirit that really matters. Hold on to God. He'll see you through. He loves you. He wants you to make it. He's in your corner. He loves you. That's what a parent does. The trick is, do you want him? If you want to be left in a place where you're blind, have at. If you want to truly see, cry out, Lord, Son of David, have mercy. And he will. Because that's what our world needs. Mercy. It needs hope. It needs love. And the greatest of these is love. We see it here, and we'll see it in the coming weeks as Jesus goes from his triumphant entry all the way through the crucifixion and resurrection, where he is enthroned. We will see that other-centric love is exactly his nature and what he came here to do. So let us hold to that. Let us not forget the reason for the Christmas season, or that nature and spirit, the love for others. The love of God that produces the love for others. It all comes from that intimate relationship with him. When he allows you to see, you'll truly want to follow, just like they did. And if you're only getting a glimpse, I pray for eyes to see, ears that hear, a heart that breaks for what breaks his, so that we could live like we believe. Chasing after the one who gives sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf, movement to the lame, and life to the dead. Let us live like we believe, like God is greater. Let us love like we mean it. Let us be the people who understand our God heard us when we cried out and had mercy. So let us share that same mercy. Not because we have to, but because we get to. Because we get to share with others what God shared with us. And we can tell others that when you say, Lord, Son of David, have mercy, he will. On you, on me, on these two, on us all. Hold to that. He'll never let you go. Hold to him, and he'll never let you go. I'll see you guys tomorrow as we begin chapter 21 with Jesus' triumphant entry. I look forward to it. I'll see you guys then. May his favor be upon you, and know in the deepest part of your being, that that's the kind of love God has for you. That he would stop the whole thing just to give you sight if you ask him. So ask him, so that you can see the love he truly has. Ears to understand what he has for you, and a heart that beats for his. Because I don't think anything else is worth beating for. All falls away in the end. But God, he's true. He's resolute, and he will never let you go. So hold tight, because I promise you, with him, you'll make it. I'll see you then.